Are you okay? You look kind of sad. I am kind of a little sad. But I'm also like, what is wrong with people? What has been going on? And now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you might be like, Flats, what the f are you going on about? Half the chat knows. There are some people that are confused. So I'll just show you really quick. Because I want to turn this bad moment into a good moment. We're not drama farming. That's not what I do here. It's never been what I do here. But it is what I think will be a good conversation. This tweet went viral yesterday, and I had to grab a screenshot of it because it's been deleted. And it said, so like every Overwatch streamer just totally moved on, huh? I went into J3's stream yesterday and I asked if he's gonna try the new 66 test. Made a fool of myself instead. Dude straight up said, we don't talk about Overwatch here anymore. Dang bro, my bad for asking. At the time, the replies were like mostly just shitting on Jay and like being really kind of like evilly mean to him for no reason. But it didn't seem like at the time the creator of that tweet was really like a bad person. And so I quoted it. Dude, I was in bed scrolling TikTok. I think I replied to them later on at 2 in the morning. I replied to their tweet, which is also gone. I don't have a screenshot of it though. And they said they were like a big fan and they loved my Elden Ring playthrough and they didn't mean anything bad by it. And I was like, you know what? I understand that. And at the time, the replies like didn't look that bad from them. And I was like, I scrolled through a bit before I quoted it. You seem a good person. I know you didn't mean anything bad by it. You just pointed, this is just a flashpoint for this conversation because it's been growing for quite a while. They deleted their entire account. And I'll tell you why in a second. I'm just laying out what's going on. The reason why I quoted this at the time was because all the replies were just basically like shitting on Jay really hard for what seemed like a kind of a harmless joke, but like, I get it though. Like even in a world where Jay had said directly to them, oh, sorry, hang on. Before I jump ahead, let me finish the story. The reason why this account no longer exists is because it came out that it just straight up wasn't true and that Jay didn't do that. And this is the clip. Jay responds to somebody in game. Watch.
I lose 18. Okay, sorry, go up. We don't talk about Overwatch here.
So they thought they were talking to them. They were talking to someone in game. Does this look like does this look bad to you? Does this look like a bad streamer?
Oh, let's see.
Does this look like a mean person to you?
Oh, we have...
Like the fact that this is blown up is stupid. This is the clip. This is the outrage clip. That got, where is it? 1.6 million views. What happened later on is the replies are just full of people just shitting on Jay, saying bad things about him, saying mean things about him. I started catching random strays in there, but the strays about me were kind of funny because like half of them were like, that shill, that guy only shills for Blizzard, and then the other half were like, that guy just only Doom posts, and I'm like, that's hilarious. I'm doing my job. Because like they only saw like one thing, and then they just like they stay on those like super far edges. It's like that's where they live. There's no big deal. But the point is though, right? I want to take this really bad moment and turn it into a good moment because people are already trying to spin it in a bad way, where it's like, well, you know, oh, the Jay shouldn't have said anything. Oh, you know. It's just ignore it. Dude, you can't ignore a tweet that has 1.6 million views that is hard faming you. All Jay did was just defend himself in the beginning. And then they've just posted a clip and then that was it, right? Here's the deal though. The sentiment of the tweet is good. I see what they meant on like how creators have moved and started playing something else. But here's the thing, right? There is a sentiment there that is true. And I think that should be talked about really quick before I do anything else. You see probably a lot of your favorite creators playing Rivals. And there are people that are very upset with that. I want to ask why. Because creators of a game is a reflection of the game and its community. Rivals is the first competitor Overwatch has ever truly had. Overwatch has had many attempts at the title of hero shooter, but no one's ever come close. Rivals is the first real competition. And a lot of people that are upset about the sentiment of creators playing another game, not playing Overwatch, they're playing Rivals, isn't just creators. And I want you to genuinely do this. Ask your friends that you play with, your friends that you played Overwatch with, your IRL friends, what are they playing? Are they playing Overwatch with you? Or are they playing Rivals? Hell, you don't have to be friends. What about acquaintances? Like people like friends of friends, people you follow on social media. What are they playing? They're all playing Rivals because Rivals is a damn good game. And also, there's great overlap. People play Overwatch because there's something about this game. There's a magic to the hero shooter genre that no game has been able to encapsulate. This is the first time a game has done that. It's the first time it has competition, and people are getting to explore it and enjoy it all over again for the first time. So to see people that are hardcore, like upset that their favorite creator isn't playing Overwatch right now is insane to me, because it feels like rules for thee and not for me. Hell, even the response to Jay's tweets feels like a lot of rules for thee, not for me, where what's the situation he's in? Does he respond to the tweet and be like, what? Wait, hang on, like, I didn't mean it like that if that's what happened. Which is, by the way, his original reaction was like, hey, whoa, I didn't mean that to. I didn't remember saying that. Because if you look at that clip, there's nothing memorable. He basically says, like, I don't know what I don't remember that. And then goes back and finds later on, through the clips, there is nothing there. It's a nothing burger, right? Viewers are allowed to be upset because streamers are nobodies without viewers, and those same streamers are people, and they are allowed to defend themselves from being defamed. There's a tweet with a 1.6 million views. Do you know how many people that may have heard of Jay or seen him on another stream or whatever he's doing and now think he might be a bad person because of this tweet? Then now people are going to make the argument that he's punching down by responding. He's a human being. Why is it rules for thee and not for me? If he wants to play another game, if any creator wants to play another game, they should be allowed to play that game. And you can, in the same breath, you can love Overwatch and play Overwatch for 7 or 8 years and also play Rivals. This is the greatest situation on the planet. How has this not clicked yet? This is the first time Overwatch has had a competitor. Everything you've ever wanted from Overwatch now has a chance to happen. It didn't have a chance before. And I can tell you that as somebody who has probably been more privy to information than the average person, right? It's no secret. It's no secret. I've got to do, you know, NDA stuff beforehand and show off content early and whatever, right? I've got to speak with devs. I've got to do all this other stuff. Do you know how many times people have run into brick walls with like people and been like, hey, like, you know, it'd be really cool if we did this. Nope, not possible. Bills in accounting can't make it work. You know what I mean? Like, like some excuse. It'll never happen. But guess what? Rivals comes along and says, you know what? We'll do it. We'll make it happen. Overwatch has 2 choices. Adapt or be left behind. This is your opportunity to have Overwatch adapt. Yes, it's going to probably take a long time. Yes, it is. It's probably going to take Overwatch a very long time because Blizzard's a big, slow company that's like a walk, crawl, run type of company, and it will take them forever to catch up, if anything. Your favorite creators are allowed to play another game and still love Overwatch. Like, I hope you know I mean this from genuinely the bottom of my heart. Do you know why I fight so hard on both ends of the spectrum, right? Whether you agree or disagree with me, I don't care, right? Like, we're never always gonna agree on something. You can't always agree with something. You can go to your own mother. Well, actually, depending on your parents' relationship, it might not be a good example, but like, you and your parents probably don't even agree on what you want for dinner, right? Like, you're never gonna agree with me on everything, on balance, on battle passes, on skins, on updates, right? But like, people still fight for what they believe in or want it to be good because they enjoy the product and they really believe in it and they love it. And it's not just me. Every creator does. Do you think the people that have been streaming Overwatch for 8 years that are playing Rivals right now don't love Overwatch? They do. But let me be completely blunt with you for a second. If I took a month off of Overwatch, which I kind of did, tell me what is different when I came back. Hazard has a 1 second higher cooldown? Nothing. There is no difference. Skins? Not really. The skins got announced at the beginning of the season. I know what's coming. You actually already know because it's all shown at the beginning of the season. So you just have to wait for what season it comes out, then log in, buy it, and then leave if that's what you want, right? There's nothing new. I can go play Rivals for 3 months and then pick up Overwatch tomorrow again, and no difference. It's gonna be the same game. You're never gonna get to relearn Rivals for the first time. And your favorite creators know that, because you know why? They're gamers. A lot of people say, oh, they're just chasing the views. you're technically not wrong in a way because they have to get some post stuff that gets views, but not in the way you think they are chasing it. They're not chasing it in some maniacal, devious way. Oh, no, no, no. It's no one supports the Overwatch content. I'll give you an example right now, and you can fact check me yourself. I'm gonna open my TikTok on my phone. I'm gonna see if it's changed. I posted a TikTok 2 days ago, mid-season content, and I covered all the mid-season content. It has 40K views. Sorry, it has 39.1K. I have never in my career of playing Overwatch ever posted a video talking about content upcoming in Overwatch and got less than like 100K on TikTok. You know why? Because nobody's watching it. So like those people would probably post some Overwatch content, but nobody ends up watching it. But everyone is enjoying their Rivals content, or lots of people are enjoying their Rivals content. So they're gonna post more YouTube content of that Rivals content. So you can say, yeah, they're just chasing views, but here's the difference though. If the YouTube views and the TikTok views were still hitting the same exact way, they would be posting those and the Rivals together, but it's not, so they just post Rivals for a while. That doesn't mean Overwatch is gonna be gone forever. It just means right now everyone's enjoying Overwatch. And here's also the other secret. All of your favorite creators are gamers. They would play whatever they wanted, whether it was on stream or off stream. So like, let's say in some magic universe, Overwatch was pulling better numbers than Rivals, right? Those streamers and creators would probably still play Rivals because it's fun. And a lot of those people have been doing variety for the last like year or so, myself included. It just hasn't been something that's popped up. I guess the point of this whole conversation is that it is allowed to love two things at once. You can love Overwatch and you can love Rivals. You can enjoy both. Just because your favorite creator isn't playing something right now doesn't mean they're not going to play it again in the future. If Overwatch dropped some massive content tomorrow, I'd be there. You know for a fact I'd be there. You might not. You might not believe me. You might be in some world not believe me, which is, I guess that's fair. But like, at the same time though, it's like, you know? What I want to tell you though, seriously, I know what the position I'm in. Everyone always refers to me as the Overwatch guy, no matter what game I'm in. And I just tell you that if you love Overwatch, you should still play it because you enjoy it. And if people make fun of you for it, or they're annoying for it, you kind of have to just ignore them. And you might say that's hard, and I agree with you, it's actually very hard. Because I'll tell you, I streamed some Overwatch like 2 weeks ago, and it was kind of miserable. The entire stream was full of people always coming in, first-time chatters actually, which was the best part, and being like, why no Rivals? Or why this shit game? Play Rivals. Why no Rivals? Why play this game when Rivals exists? This game's dead, you know? And so if you're playing only Overwatch right now, or hell, if you're a streamer who plays only Overwatch right now, you probably are getting a lot of that. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't not enjoy something. Overwatch has been the redheaded stepchild of the gaming community for years. You're gonna let this be the one that stops you? Come on now. What I'm trying to say is don't tear yourselves apart over something like this, right? This is like the best thing you could have asked for. And you know, I'm gonna take it one step further to you. If you're somebody who's ever wanted to get into making Overwatch content, now is your opportunity. Genuinely, this is the best time you could have asked for, because most of the big dogs of Overwatch are not here. And if there is truly, which there is, a group of people that want to watch Overwatch content, right? They want to get their fix of Overwatch content somewhere. This is the time for you to start making good content. I'll tell you right now, little known fact, during the dead years of Overwatch, we're talking 2021, like late 2022 to 2020, sorry, late 2022, 2022 Overwatch 2 release was probably the biggest increase in new streamers I've ever seen in the Overwatch community, because there was almost no competition, and all the competition that existed was playing variety. So like, if you are somebody that wants to make Overwatch content, this is the greatest time for you to ever happen. And you know what that is? That is an opportunity for a new generation of players and streamers that are maybe even a little less jaded than the current big dogs of the game to come alive, right? It's possible. But also, I want to say to you that Overwatch is in trouble. Don't get it twisted. Overwatch is in trouble. They need to actually get their shit together. But you don't have control of that. And neither do I. There is only one thing that controls that, and it's money. And money is something that is basically shown through player numbers and how people buy things and how people play and do what and that stuff. And Rivals is taking a big chunk of that. You might not be happy that a lot of people are talking about Rivals, and you might not be happy that all this other stuff is happening. But I think you should look on the bright side, because this is the chance for you to get new stuff. And I also think that if Blizzard, or somebody at Blizzard ends up watching this, you guys do need to start swinging the bat more. Because changing Hazard's cooldown by 1 second is just not going to work. And hell, I'll get into this part because I want to talk about the 6v6 stuff in a minute. Nothing that's on the table right now, like argued among the Overwatch community, is big enough to bring this franchise back to the top at this current moment. I'm not a game director. I'm not a game designer. You got to go big, much bigger, and be ready to perform in that too. But like, then again, you don't have control of that. I don't have control of that. None of us have control of that. What I'm just trying to say to you is, hey, take a chill pill a little bit, relax, and like, if you got some like, you know, if you got some weird hate boner because people are not playing Overwatch at the moment, I just want you to say, listen, I don't think your feelings are invalid. I just want you to look at the bigger picture and say this is probably one of the greatest things you could have asked for, because you are going to get genuine change and you're going to get probably people that actually want to make shit happen for the first time in years. So I know it's probably not great right now, and it probably isn't going to get better for a long time, but it will at some point. That being said, try to be a little kinder to people, and just because in this case I'm just gonna finish it off with Jay again. You see big creator, you know, yeah, does he have more opportunities than you do? Probably. But it's not like he hasn't worked hard for them. It's not like he's not a human being. It's not like he's not one of the nicest people I've met. It's not like he tries to not be nice to every person in his community. You saw maybe one small out of context clip at some point, or some tweet. You don't have to hate them with your heart and soul. If you genuinely just don't like someone that much, just keep scrolling. Just keep moving on. Because, like, you're genuinely just tearing your own community apart. Which I don't think people understand. And I've talked to people outside the Overwatch community a much more in the last month and a half. You gotta realize, being Overwatch guy going into Rivals, a lot of people have wanted to talk or wanted to play. And their perception of the Overwatch community from the outside is it's kind of scary. Because when it gets really mad... Sorry, let me rephrase. When it gets really bored, for some reason, it does nothing more than attack its own. So if you want Overwatch to prosper, and you want it to thrive, be working with the people you got. Not against them.